Hello and welcome back to more High Peak.
After making it all the way down from Manchester to Biarritz, that's nearly 700 miles in just 2 days, we're now kicking off day 3. The Spanish border is just minutes away, but we've still got about 500 miles left before we reach our final destination in Benalmádena. Benalmádena is a place that's really close to my heart. I lived there for nearly 10 years when I was a kid, so I can't wait to get back there and show you around.
Well, it's day 3 now and we're about 10 minutes from the Spanish border. We just stopped for the last taste of French food before we head into Spain. We've got a pan au chocolat and a coffee with milk. Speaking of French food, yesterday we stopped by a little French restaurant called McDonald's, I think it was called. We had lunch there and then, can't even finish that. Anyway, today we're heading to Madrid. It's 500 kilometers away, so it should take us about 5 hours. And it's set to be a bit of a scorcher. It's supposed to be something like 35 degrees today, Madrid. And as luck would have it, maybe it's sod's law or something, my air conditioning this morning on the CLK just suddenly stopped working. When I turned the fan, nothing happened. So I'm hoping when I restart it, it works, but it was a bit frustrating. I've only been in it for about 3 minutes this morning, but just nothing happened. So hopefully with a bit of, I don't know, gentle persuasion, it might work. Fingers crossed. Well, I thought I'd give you a quick update. As you can probably tell from the landscape, we're back in Spain. In fact, we're only 167 kilometers from Madrid, so we're making good progress. We'll be there in about an hour and 40 minutes, and today's been really pleasant actually. Everything's gone to plan, no issues at all. The air conditioning in the car's working. I realise, by the way, now that it's just a bit laggy. You turn the dials, and it takes a few seconds to kick in. Thankfully it's still working though, because it's 28 degrees outside, and inside the CLK it's like a little icebox. Me and my brother have just stopped for some of our favourite Spanish snacks, conguitos and palomitas and whatever else. I've just got off the phone with one of my colleagues at work, and we've had quite a busy morning as well. So my Kodiaq, the Skoda Kodiaq's now sold. That featured in a main channel video, so that's gone. That's sold for 16,795, so a decent profit margin. And also my little Subaru Impreza, the red one that I did a video with, that's sold as well. So again, decent profitable car. It just makes me feel more relaxed that things are still happening while I'm not there. So that's always good. I'm really pleased to be back in Spain. As soon as I crossed the border, I just felt like I was back home. You know, I've spent nearly 10 years of my life here, so it does feel nice and familiar. It's a good feeling. And also, you can't beat the weather. There's not a cloud in the sky today, it's beautiful. Anyway, enough talking. I shall give you an update when we're near Madrid. Hasta luego.
I've just spotted this, which is a bit weird. Now, I know this is really geeky stuff, but it's a Renault Clio, like a Mark III Clio, badged with the Mitsubishi, which I've never seen before. That is a Clio, definitely. But the Mitsubishi Colt, apparently. That is 100% Renault. How weird. Speaking of weird, look at this. I think this is some sort of Chinese brand. It's an SWM. It looks like Golf, but I think it's a G01F. Whatever it is, it's not very nice, is it? It's well overstyled. Anyway, we'll see all the weird cars you get elsewhere.
Before we get to the next destination, I just need to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, Car Vertical. Now, before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike, it's really important that you do a thorough vehicle history check. Otherwise, you just don't know what you're buying. A car might look okay on the face of it, but until you do a thorough vehicle history check, you really don't know what's lurking beneath. I've been using Car Vertical now for years, and every single car you can see on the forecourt, I've checked using Car Vertical. All you do is head over to carvertical.com and type in the reg or the VIN, and then it produces a very detailed report. So it tells you whether it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. In addition to that, it shows you the MOT history, the ownership changes, the spec of the car, the average market value, and a whole lot more. It doesn't just work in the UK either, it works in 35 different countries. So before you complete your purchase of your car or motorcycle, make sure you do a thorough vehicle history check first using Car Vertical. If you use my promo code HIGHPEAK, that's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. Or alternatively, click the link below in the video description. Right, enough of that. Morning guys, well it's the last day today, and this is probably just a psychological thing, but I just feel like we're nearly there. Do you know what I mean? I just feel a sense of relief. We're only about 4 hours away from Malaga. It's another beautiful red hot day. It's already about 35 degrees. There's a nice breeze here though, so that's good. We've just filled the tank, but the Suzuki Splash has only got a small tank. So I imagine we're gonna have to fill up again, maybe when we're an hour outside of Malaga, something like that. But so far so good, everything's going all right. I slept well. Something about this heat really, it makes you, really tires you out so you have a good sleep. One thing you see a lot of when you do this drive are Moroccans. So a lot of Moroccans, I guess, live in Belgium and France and the Netherlands and places, because you always see those plated cars then doing the same journey. And you'll notice at a lot of these petrol stations there's a kiosk there selling tickets for the ferry to cross over to Tangier or Melilla or Ceuta. So that's always something you see on these journeys, and quite often if you look at that CRV over there, all the cars heading to Morocco are just fully loaded. I've never actually crossed the Straits of Gibraltar by ferry, but it's something I want to do. Especially, I don't know if you know this, but Melilla and Ceuta are little Spanish colonies in North Africa, on the continent of Africa. They're only tiny little enclaves, but they belong to Spain. So I would like to go there one day and take a car. The ferries are daily, I think, and I don't think they're too expensive. So that's on my bucket list. We've just filled up, I'm going to go inside and pay, and then when I come back out, I'm going to check the levels and stuff, because I haven't done that yet, and I probably ought to. Once that's done, then we'll hit the road, and there is one interesting place that I'm going to show you along the way. So in a couple of hours time we'll stop and well yeah, I'll have something exciting to show you. We've just seen a load of Spanish military trucks arriving. Oh, look at the old Humvee at the back. I've never seen that before in my life. BCG, I wonder what BCG stands for. Well, I've just got off the phone with one of my colleagues at the garage and everything's going to plan. They've just picked up the little John Cooper Works Mini from Prestige Wheels. He's had his wheels refurbished and powder coated back to silver, and they look really good. They sent me a photograph of that, so that's now been photographed and advertised. That's on the website, that's all prepared, ready to go. When I get back I need to finish the video with that, but it'll only take me minutes. My Range Rover Classic has been dropped off at the body shop, so that's going to have a full respray. I can't wait to see that when it's done, it's going to look really good. All 5 Mercedes pickup trucks are now advertising on the forecourt, so that's good. Hopefully they'll sell quickly. 2 cars that we sold a couple of days ago are being picked up today, so that should mean I get some money in my bank today, which is always welcomed. And that's about it. So everything's still ticking along nicely in the background, which is good. So yeah, that's about it. I just thought I'd give you a quick update. In other news, it's 35 degrees here, somewhere south of Madrid. So yeah, that's it really. I'll see you in a bit. Well, we're currently driving through the Avenida de Andalucía in the province of Jaén, and I just thought I'd tell you some interesting facts about olives. So this region that we're driving through right now is the main sort of olive producing region, and as far as the eye can see, it is just olive groves, that's it. And the olives produced in this region account for 1/4 of the world's olives. 1/4. I just thought that was quite interesting. I know you might be thinking we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here for content, but I just thought that was interesting. This region alone is worth something like 400 million euros a year to the Spanish economy, which I just think is incredible. And look, as far as the eye can see, it's just olive trees. Now I know the Spanish consume a lot of olives and olive oil, but it's worth billions to the Spanish economy every single year. Multiple billions. Billions with a B. Anyway, I think that's it for Alan's Facts of the Day. Next up, Andalucía. Just to give you an update then, we've stopped by a place called El Chorro, which is a bit like the Lake District, only more Spanish and way hotter. It's like 36 degrees right now, but on the bright side, there is a nice breeze. We've just finished filming a little segment for the main channel featuring the CLK, and I talked a little bit about the history of this place, which is quite interesting. So yeah, go and check that out if you haven't done already. Also in that, it might not even be out yet, might it? All we've got left to do in El Chorro before we hit the road is we're going to get the drone up and get some nice drone shots. We're also going to do some nice driving shots because some of these roads are just beautiful. I'm eager to get to Benalmádena, to be honest, because my mate's there. This is his last night, so we're going to meet up with him and his pal and maybe have an Italian and a few beers. And also I'm looking forward to parking the car up and not going anywhere near it for a few days. I've done my share of driving now, I think. Anyway, let's fire up the drone then. I'll see you later on. You might be wondering why our final destination today is some random town in the south of Spain. Well, I do have a perfectly good explanation for that. You see, I used to live here, in the town of Benalmádena, so it's a place that's quite close to my heart. We moved here when I was 13 or 14 years old, and then I spent 8 years here, so a huge chunk of my life was spent on this coast. Weirdly, I lived here longer than anywhere else. It's where I spent my formative years. I even learnt to drive here. I went to school here, I finished high school and then went on to college, so it's where I met some of my best mates, including John, who you'll have seen on some other videos on this channel. He's actually here at the moment on holiday, and because we've done alright time-wise, we should be able to meet him later for a drink. It's always good to be back here. I mean, I know this coast like the back of my hand. Every single time I arrive, it just feels like I never left. It feels like I'm back home. This is also where my car buying journey started. So back when I was 15 or 16 years old, I was watching Wheeler Dealers and Auto Trader and all those kinds of car shows, and that gave me the idea to buy and sell cars. The first car that I ever bought and sold for a profit was here. It was an old Opel Corsa. I've mentioned this on previous videos, but that's what kick-started this whole journey. I could give you a whole standalone episode about the history of this area, but I shan't. Many of you probably won't be interested. It really is a beautiful place, and I always love coming back. I'm always sad to leave. Now after this long and epic journey, we can finally chill out for a few days, meet up with friends and family, and just enjoy it. Well, we made it to Benalmádena, or should I say both cars made it to Benalmádena without a hitch. I'm quite impressed really. One's a 16-year-old little hatchback, and the other's a 25-year-old German car, but they both caught it without a problem. The plan going forward then, we're going to be here for a few days, and then my colleagues are going to fly back home. Then I fly to Australia this weekend, and I can't wait. While we're all here though, we're planning to film some more content. So I'm going to film something with the Panda, because I've still got that. I'm going to film something with the little Splash. Maybe film something else with this. I need to go and take it tomorrow and get it cleaned up, because it's looking quite scruffy. Also, I don't know whether we'll film this or not, but my colleagues were saying that we should perhaps film something for this channel about, you know, where I grew up, all that kind of stuff. I don't really know if I want to do that, to be honest, but we might do. It's quite pretty, it looks quite nice, so maybe I'll give you a bit of a tour. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. I'm going to go and get a cold beer now and maybe a pizza or something. But yeah, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. But yeah, cheers guys. See you next time.